Liverpool have found their new Thiago. Liverpool have had their worst start to a Premier League season in the last decade, and Jürgen Klopp will be hoping the second half of the season will bring more consistency to his side as they take action after the World Cup. The Reds are currently 6th in the league table and have so far only amassed 22 points out of a potential 42. Nearly half the points were scored, putting the Reds 15 points behind top Arsenal. As a result, there is no doubt that the Liverpool boss will look for solutions during the Premier League pause to put his team in the best position not only to compete in the Champions League, but also to inspire success in their local cups and European challenges. One way Klopp will develop the team for the remainder of the season will be to take advantage of the opportunity to add high-quality players to his team in the January transfer window. Indeed, Liverpool are constantly linked to some of the world's greatest talents, and more recently it has been reported that the club may be making a move for the £63 million valued Barcelona midfielder Frenkie de Jong. The midfielder at Anfield has been a cause for concern for the past 12 months. Some names are nearing the end of their contracts, while others are reaching the final stages of their careers. Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain will be free to leave the club in June 2023, as Jordan Henderson, James Milner and Thiago Alcantara enter their 30s. So the time has come for a youthful revolution and restructuring at the center of the field. Klopp may have found an alternative to Thiago. If the club can secure a deal for De Jong, the duo share many similarities to their games last season. The 25-year-old and Liverpool star achieved similar numbers in many aspects, including 3 to 4 in assists, 89.5% vs 88.9% in pass completion, and 3.09 vs 3.87 in shots per 90 minutes. Dubbed an outstanding football player by Xavi, De Jong is in the top 10% of his positional peers in Europe's top 5 leagues in terms of pass completion and shot creation, two areas that Thiago is famous for being successful. The Dutch player got something like a metronome in the middle of the park for completed dribbles, touch-ups and progressive passes. The signing of De Jong will be big business for Liverpool. He will add depth and quality to Liverpool midfield. It will also make a great contribution to the rapid recovery of Liverpool from the situation they are in. Of course, it is not easy to transfer Frenkie de Jong. However, the Catalan team was eager to sell the Dutch midfielder last summer. The player chose to stay in the team, but his departure is already on the agenda. The Dutch star's performance during the Ajax era was quite impressive, and his performance in the Champions League was tremendous. If Klopp can get him back to his old days, he may indeed have found a long-term solution for Liverpool midfield. Liverpool have now taken action for the extraordinary 22-year-old player. Liverpool manager Jürgen Klopp knows he needs to start preparing his side for the future. Some of its key players are now over 30 years old and will need to be replaced over the next few seasons. American coach Jim Cuttin believes Klopp may have found a potential new member. Some players have given great performances against Liverpool this season. Leandro Trossard's hat-trick for Brighton at Anfield and Khvicha Kvaratskhelia cameo for Napoli stand out. However, Cuttin tipped Leeds United quarterback Brendan Aronson for a transfer after his performance against the Reds. The 22-year-old came to Elland Road for £25 million from Red Bull Salzburg in the summer alone. Aronson has started all Premier League games this season under Jesse Marsch. He scored his only league goal in August in an impressive 3-0 victory over Chelsea. He recorded 2 assists and was the only consistent attacker on Marsch's roster, with several players swirling around him. Jesse Marsch's side recorded a spectacular win after 4 consecutive defeats at Anfield last month. Aronson played the entire game in a central offensive role, but had to make a good defensive change. The American has the ability to offer a different option to any of Liverpool's existing centre players. The player most similar to Aronson in the roster seems to be Fabio Carvalho. However, Klopp has chosen to play him wide field from time to time this season. Teammate Pascal Struijk believes Aronson brings real quality to the Leeds squad. The outstanding midfielder has plenty of time to adapt and develop into the Premier League at Elland Road. The way Cuttin tipped Liverpool to make a move to Aronson shows how highly he scored. The American played 57 times for Cuttin while at the Philadelphia Union and is a huge fan of his former player. Leeds won't want to lose him too soon, especially with the hefty price tag attached to it. But Cutting is confident that the young player impressed Klopp with his performance at Anfield. You can tell from Jürgen Klopp's body language while watching Aaronson's game against Liverpool that he likes him. I wouldn't be shocked if he was interested in that kid after how he played against him, said Cutting. Aaronson said he wanted to be a legend on Elland Road. He has a contract until June 2027, and given that he is starting life in Leeds, it will be worth far more than the £25 million Leeds spent to sign from Salzburg. Whether Liverpool can lure him is another story. So is there room for him in Klopp's system? The 4-3-3 formation doesn't really allow for a 10 as Aaronson is. It may need to dig deeper. Or it can push it to play in a wide area. We've also seen Klopp play with 4-4-2 and 4-2-3-1 formations lately. It can be part of a perfect system in the 4-2-3-1 formation. In any system, he would have been an excellent bench option for the Reds. But given that he has started every game for Leeds, that may not appeal to the American teenager at the moment. Jermaine Beckford said it was extraordinary. After a few years, clubs may start to take an interest, but for now, Aaronson is more likely to stay in place. The coach claimed that Liverpool have a 17-year-old who fits Klopp's style of play perfectly. Ben Doak already fits into Liverpool's style of play, according to under-21 boss Barry Looters. The 17-year-old has been creating impressive performances this season. Ben Doak came to Liverpool from Celtic earlier this year and wasted no time building a career for himself. The Scottish star has been spot on at times and looks like one of the club's best hopes. Liverpool under-21 boss Barry Looters was not surprised by his performance. He said the Reds knew what Doak was capable of and thought the 17-year-old was a good fit for the club's style of play. When we sign these players, there's a real understanding of what we're bringing in, Looters said. We knew Ben's qualities and what he was capable of. We are playing a game that really supports Ben. He played a few games for us in the league as well as the UEFA Youth League, and he did a great job. There are parts of his game that need to be better, but he is a very young boy. There is so much more to come from him, said. Everything we've seen from Doak shows that Looters was right. The Scottish player likes to hit the defenders and has an effective one-on-one dribbling ability. He actually scored several goals directly as a winger. One of them went up against the Rangers and it was really great. This is a style that Jürgen Klopp loves and uses throughout the club. The brisk and offensive wingers push back and torture their defenders. That's the way Liverpool compete under the German team, and Doak seems determined to continue that legacy.